Kimmie Rose, and this is your weekly vibe and mantra for October the 6th through the 13th, 2019 AD. And I've got something to share with you. It's a real important message because it's going to get a little bit crazy. But I want to share with you a philosophy that has really hit me as I have been going through some huge waves. It's something that just goes through my mind when things get a little bit tough. I gotta let go. And I gotta set myself free. And I say the words to myself, Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful life. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. The problem-free philosophy means no worries for the rest of your days. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. And the reason I'm saying it is because it has been one heck of a beginning of a month. Saturn's direct and everybody's flipping, everybody's freaking. People are wanting things to be peaceful. But there's some exciting things out, and this is not a paid endorsement, but there is the mystery Oreo cookie. You know that you could win $50,000 just for guessing what the favorite part of the inside of the Oreo cookie is. Go to their website. Guess what I guessed, and I know I'm right. I can tell you it's something I did a video of a few weeks ago. I know that's what the flavor it is. Actually, mystery flavor cream. That's the website. And it's not a paid endorsement, but there's nothing like the inside of an Oreo cookie. And there's nothing like looking at life in a better way, because you're going to be feeling stressed. You're going to be feeling elevated pressure right now. You're going to be feeling a lot. The most important thing is feel. But no, you have a choice in what you feel. Feel gratitude. Feel joy. Feel that you always have a choice to be in expression of joy and happiness. And no matter how stressful it gets, and trust me, it gets really stressful. You know, some of us are losing our jobs. Some of us are literally like finances have been nuts. We're worrying about our kids. We're having problems with our family. And I'm talking about this this thing about stress and any conflict in your life, like overwhelmed. To separate yourself. I think it's really important to know that anything that's changing from those kinds of anything that has been repeating itself, we have to cut things off, and we got to shift things. If we don't shift things, the patterns will not be broken, and if we don't break the patterns, we will stay in them. This is a very crucial time in a lot of people's life, and I'm just gonna reach out and say, let's take this Hakuna Matata in, and let's like literally look at life sometimes in a childlike way, because no matter what, we're always going to have stress. No matter what, we're always going to have things going on. And I'm laughing because, you know, I could fix this camera a lot. And I know people are going to say it's not perfect and that. But hey, you know what? It's perfect because I'm sitting here in the moment and I'm sharing. And I'm doing the best that I can to contribute to helping people and helping us as a community. Because no matter what, we're all a part of this earth and this mother. We inhabit it and we occupy it, and we got to take care of her. And I want you to know that you're never alone. When you feel alone, when you can look up at the moon, I want you to think of me. I'm hugging you, and I mean this because authentically I care. I care more than you know. And authentically, when you're looking at that moon, please feel me looking at you, because we're all sharing the same moon, and we're never far from each other. And with that, this is going to be a short weekly vibe and mantra, but wanted to share too that as something I'm doing on a radio show that I do, 106.1 WAKT, your community radio station in Toledo, Ohio, ToledoRadio.org on Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Please tune in. We are going through An Artist's Way. It's a wonderful workbook that helps you to get in touch with your inner joy, your creativity, and many of you are looking for purpose. Well, guess what? It's inside of you. Last week, our exercise was to be like a child, and I'm going to share some video of what I did. This week, this coming week, it's all about, we got to make something, like create something, like whatever it is. If you want to do a song, you want to draw a picture, create something and do these exercises, because these exercises are going to bring out things in yourself that you had either forgotten about or never knew existed. And with that, I want you to know that no matter what you're going through, if you do not allow the presence of some type of laughter in your life, you will fall into that pit of depression. And that's what's been happening to many people. And I'll tell you what, our teens need support because they've got a lot of pressures on themselves. Lots of things. With love and light, I just want to tell you, you matter. No matter what's going on with you. Remember the words, Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. No matter what is going on, nobody can steal your joy. Nobody. Only can you give it away. And to those that I have literally driven crazy, because I have always been a person in the past that always wanted things like, I was raised in this way of picture perfect life. You don't talk about problems. I never grew up to know, I didn't see it. My parents didn't fight in front of me. I don't know if I totally agree with that. I think sometimes you got to show kids that life is real, because otherwise they're going to grow up, and if they get in a relationship and they're fighting with someone, what's going to happen is they're going to think that that's unrealistic. And hey, you know what? Nothing bad, because my parents are great parents, but I believe in there's the realism of parenting, that you can't be fake, because then you got to prepare your kids. Prepare your kids for things that are real. Prepare your kids to know what's out there. And so I was brought up in a certain way where I felt like if I didn't create those situations, like, oh, we need to all be cooking over the stove, or we need to do this. If I didn't do that, then I felt like I was a failure. And I had some great teachers in my life, my children, who said, hey, Mom, that's not you, and in truth, we kind of did other things. We did do a lot of other things, like this room that I'm sitting in. I remember my son's room, a bunch of kids down here rapping, and I remember being half asleep. I will admit to have taken something to fall asleep, coming down. I'm like, whoa, and I'm rapping, like, but it was fun. It was childlike, but like those are the fun things we did. And because I have always been the main, that one in the family that would take care of the financial stability, I actually, kind of didn't get the chances that, my mom had to do other things with me. But I'll tell you what, I did take the time. I did take the time that I had to give as much as I could. And as I go to my 4th and 5th child, I'll tell you what, you learn more. And if I could rewind, I would make sure my other ones had a little bit more. But you only can give what you know. There's no, there's no handbook. And even Dr. Spock's handbook to parenting, that's outdated. The only real handbook is through experience. And I can tell you, most important thing in the world is pay attention. Don't put guilt on your children. Don't make your kids feel like they can't talk to you, because if they talk to you about something, they're gonna be in trouble. And don't put guilt on yourself. Like, if you like say something, you blow up, you're human, forgive yourself, let it go. And if you are blowing up and you're getting mad at people because they don't understand you, my recommendation is take a break from those people. And if they really, really understand your heart and they know that you're just like not wanting to hurt them anymore because of the things that you say, and you gotta block them from, your social networking, your phone. Hopefully they don't think, I've been telling people this, if you have to do this, hopefully they don't think that you're doing it because you're blocking them out of your life because they're not good for you. Maybe you're blocking them so you don't say anything and you can just let things process, because sometimes I really believe that silence is better, because we say too much and things get all discombobulated and we forget about the Hakuna Matatas. And when we focus on things so much and we get really mad at people because we feel like they're not listening to us or holding these expectations on us, or we're holding expectations on ourselves, that's what I find is the highest stressor. It is that, especially as I listen to kids, and I even know that X generation of, this is the way it was. We watched Leave It to Beaver and things like that. And so we have these like false perceptions of what life could be like and should be like. Really, what life is exactly what you're living. And have an appreciation for whatever you are living, even if it is the most painful thing in the world. Know that it's happening for some reason, and I cannot tell you. I will never say it'll change. I will never tell you that it's happening, get over it. I will tell you, I love you, I'm here to listen, and there is something when you peel away. There's a reason that these things happen, and there's something that we need to see or take action in our lives, because if we don't, what we resist will persist. It always happens. We can't ignore it. So if you ignore things and you're not, it's because you want your life to be in that perfect picture. You need to know that that picture, it freezes. And yes, Hakuna Matata, it is perfect. But when you go to bed at the end of the day and you look in the mirror, you know if you got stuff in there, and you know you can change it. Because if you don't, it's going to come up. And why not work on things, not stay in the grief, but stay in the joy, and say, I trust that whatever is going out of my life has a reason, and I trust whatever comes in my life has a reason. And when you got to say, hey, you know what, I'm glad that person is out of my life because my life's better because they were toxic. I want you to always remember something my dad taught me. When you point the finger, there's always three pointing back at you. Not one person is ever responsible. It takes two. It takes three. It takes a community. Sit down with people and listen and say, especially if you love people, please, I want to hear you out because I want to make it better. But also sit down with yourself and make it better for you, because you deserve it. You only have this life. And this mother's womb, she offers us everything we need. And she offers us beauties that are for free. And I'm going to send some pictures of all the beautiful things that we can remember that are for free. Because you know what? As you're like swiping the credit card because you think like the biggest TV in the world is going to bring you joy. The only thing that can bring you joy is what your experience is, what your eyes see, and what you create as the laughter inside. So Hakuna Matata, this week's vibe, I'm going to just say very simply as we bring ourselves into presence, I am the creator of my life, and I trust that I have the ability to smile, to cry. I am human, and it is okay to feel. It is okay to go through what I need. And the mantra is Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. I always have the choice to be free. And with that, thanks a lot. I'm going to share some cool video with you, and I just want to tell you all that I love you. And please join me in Toledo. I'm going to be at the Performing Arts Center in Toledo doing my very first in a long time gallery reading, and then going to Hawaii. You can see my schedule, and lots of... Join me in Hawaii from November the 8th to the 17th at Sedona. I love you a lot, and that's what matters the most. So somebody's going through a lot, do me a favor, share this with them, not because I want them to subscribe or because I want to put myself like ahead of all the other YouTubers. Share it with them because they know and they can learn something. They can make the choice to smile, and there's always a way to find joy, no matter what. With peace and gratitude, Hakuna Matata. Have a great one. Hakuna Matata means no worries for the rest of your days. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Bless y'all. Have a wonderful week, and just remember, whatever you choose is to be exactly what it needs to be. Everything is perfect and nothing is imperfect. Visit me at KimmieRose.com. Peace.
Without the ends, and every breath of hers was a thorn in his eye, and every petal's blushing red. It's on my fingertips, and my electric lights becoming me.